A message lights up your phone, and your body reacts like someone just tried the lock. It is small, but it does not feel small. You know it is only a reply. Still, some part of you starts calculating how much of yourself it will cost. That calculation happens before you can name it, so you wait. Then you wait longer. Then the waiting becomes easier than explaining why you needed space. The pause starts pretending to be a plan. From the outside, this can look cold. From the inside, it can feel like finally getting air. That difference is where the pattern hides. That is the hidden problem. Pulling away can become the first place your nervous system remembers as safe. It starts as relief, then becomes a map. Not because you hate people, because closeness may have taught you an old equation. Access equals obligation, and obligation can feel like losing oxygen. Maybe being reachable once meant being responsible for moods you did not create and emergencies you did not choose, so reachability stopped feeling neutral. Maybe every conversation came with a hidden invoice. Explain yourself, calm someone down, prove you still care. Even tenderness started arriving with paperwork. After enough repetitions, the mind stops asking whether this person is safe. It asks whether any access is safe. That is how one alarm becomes a climate. This is why a kind invitation can feel confusing. Part of you wants warmth, and another part looks for the exit. Both parts are trying to help. You are not only avoiding a person, you are avoiding the version of yourself you become around certain expectations. The available one, the apologizing one. There is a difference between needing space and needing to disappear. At first, they can feel almost identical. Both lower the noise quickly. The first relief is real. Fewer messages, fewer decisions, fewer chances to be pulled into someone else's weather. Your body believes the storm has passed. For a while, quiet feels like proof that you made the right choice. Your body finally stops bracing. You can hear yourself again. But relief is not always the same as repair. Sometimes it is only the sound of the alarm getting farther away. Distance can lower volume without changing the song. Then the second feeling arrives. Not panic, not freedom. A strange blankness where connection used to give life shape. No one asks too much anymore, but no one asks the small questions either, the ones that remind you you exist. The boundary that was supposed to protect your life can slowly shrink the size of your life. You start saying no before you know what was being offered. You leave the table before anyone has moved your chair. This is the part that can be hard to admit. Sometimes pulling away is not peace. It is preemptive grief. A boundary says, this is where I stop. Disappearance says, this is where I remove myself completely. A boundary can be spoken, it can be adjusted. It leaves a small bridge for reality to walk across. Disappearance is different. It protects you by making sure nothing new can reach you, including repair. This is why the question is not, should you let everyone back in? The question is, can safety have a door? Because a life with no doors can feel secure, but it can also become a place where nothing grows. If this is you, shame will not help. Shame is probably one of the reasons the door got locked. The pattern began as protection. That matters. A younger part of you found distance before it found language. At some point, your system learned that explaining took energy, asking took courage, and staying available took too much. But what protected you once can become too small for the life you are trying to build now. Repair does not begin with dramatic reconnection. It begins with noticing the exact moment you start to vanish. It might be the moment you type a reply, delete it, and decide the whole relationship is easier unopened. That moment is information, not an order, not a failure, a signal that closeness has touched an old alarm. Then a smaller choice becomes possible, not total access, not total exile, but one honest edge. Maybe the honest edge is, I can answer tomorrow. Maybe it is, I care and I cannot carry this tonight. The words matter less than the pattern. You are practicing contact that does not require self-abandonment. Not everyone deserves access. This video is not asking you to reopen unsafe doors. Some distance is wisdom, some silence is necessary, some endings are the cleanest kindness you can offer yourself. But if every door becomes unsafe, even the gentle ones, the pattern may be protecting a wound by keeping it untouched. The goal is not to become endlessly available. The goal is to become less afraid of chosen availability. Chosen availability is different. It says, I can be here and I can still belong to myself. It may begin with one person who does not punish your limits, one conversation that does not demand a performance. It may begin with a slower reply that is still a reply, a pause that does not become a disappearance. Over time, safety stops meaning no one can reach me. It starts meaning I can choose how I'm reached. That is a quieter kind of freedom. Not the freedom of being gone, but the freedom of not being swallowed. You do not have to answer every knock, but you also do not have to live as if every knock is a threat. Pulling away made sense when it was the only tool you had. Now the work is not to hate that tool. The work is to stop using one tool for every locked feeling, every hard message, every complicated person. A boundary can be a hinge, not a wall. It can open and close without disappearing from the frame. So if you have been pulling away, maybe the question is not whether you are broken or cold. Maybe the question is simpler. Where can you stay connected without leaving yourself behind?